family of adapters. We come from a bowl-shaped city that overflooded like God put a little bit too much milk into his cereal. We've been around unstable circumstances and change all our lives. We know what that piggy bank a little too close to the edge of the counter feels like. We were brought up poor. Our only motivational words from our parents do better than we did. We never understood how to accomplish those dreams we spent all daydreaming in class, not seeing how something as obscure as a bad education could help us. In school, we only learned how to ignore our own ignorance, how to forget about the things that we don't know. We were raised to overlook the obvious. It's not like we don't see that privilege lit up in the brilliance of that white light, but when squinting stops working, what else can you do but look away? So yes, we know about the known unknowns. We had 2 strikes against us before we even went up to bat. The first was our own poverty, and the second was theirs. They aren't from a high enough class to recognize the richness of our pigmentation. We know how to hit foul ball after foul ball, but that home run has always been elusive. We practice running home elusively. Not that we ever got into trouble, but we saw someone get arrested because he played basketball too well. I remember it was about 6 p.m. at the community center. The policeman told him it was after hours and he was on private property. He responded, "Yes, sir. I'm sorry, I'll leave." The policeman said, "Yeah, you're leaving with me." He let the boy on the other side of the court go home. Maybe because the trees didn't cast shadows there, or maybe because he was the defendant. But who was I to intervene? We were taught to stay quiet. Our history tells us to speak out, but that wasn't history. That wasn't in the past. It was happening. At that moment, I momentarily thought about speaking out. I saw omens and terror grip me. No sound would leave my mouth. At that moment, I momentarily thought about speaking out, but I saw omens and terror grip me. Not a sound would escape my mouth. If I had known what we know now, how quickly a willing surrender could turn into a mistaken homicide, I would have stood outside the court like hundreds of protesters holding a sign that read, "Go home." And maybe he would have listened. But that home run always proves to be elusive. We always get out somewhere between second and third.